Hey guys, doing a video for crypto, looking at a few coins today. Going to be looking at Cardano, Litecoin, and Dogecoin finally. Dogecoin's the most important of the three, but I want to touch on all three of them because they're in the same spot as they were back in 2021. So, right here we got this, right? Same thing as that. And you can see right here that it was resistance. And right here it was also, it's currently resistance. So, something sort of similar is happening. Let's look at the RSI though. This is the important part. So, during the bear market, when it was under that, it wasn't really doing much for a long time. It started to make a higher high right here, okay? So it made this right here, and this was the first higher high on the RSI, along with higher price. So the first time price and the RSI both went higher. Okay, so here's a bottom. Here is the first time that price and RSI on the weekly both went higher. So these two circled areas, they're like the same kind of thing. If I get rid of all this junk now. So what did it do further? Well, it went up to the line. And this is the most important part. From here to here, it went slightly higher. Like just barely, but it went higher. And if you look on the right side, from here to here, just barely, but it went higher. So what that means, what the important part of this is, it's making a higher price, but the RSI is going higher. That means this is not losing any momentum yet. It's actually gaining bullish momentum. And if you look right here, that little pop down where it went down right there, well, it just did that right there, and it pretty much looks to be like the same size. Like if you were to, what do we got? Where is it? Rectangle. There, so you can see over here it's the same height. If you move that over to here, it's like the same amount of like up and down. So I'm very, very optimistic for Cardano to be coming up. Something kind of like this, I do think, is coming for Cardano. Let's look at the next coin, Litecoin. So first off, Litecoin sucks. Don't buy Litecoin. But it is important for the grand scheme of things. The reason is, so this was the top of the bear market 6 years ago. Okay, this is the top of the bear market, this most recent bear market. Okay, so those two moments in time are the same thing. Well, if you go right here, put a line right across, do the same thing over here, put a line, go right across. So those two lines, really, they represent the same thing. It's the weekly candle close top of the bear market, and that's the same thing over here. Now, the important thing is, just like Cardano, Litecoin is doing the same thing. So over here, it was up at $175. The most important part of this, though, is from here to here, it went higher while price was going higher. So price went higher to that right there, and price went higher to that right there, while, again, most importantly, the RSI was higher. So bullish continuation. It's not losing any momentum. It's going to go higher. Dogecoin, this is the coup de grace. This is the most important coin, in my opinion, right now, because when Dogecoin tops, everything's going to top, all the altcoins. So that's why Dogecoin is so important right now, because I feel like I have a really, really good handle on what's going on. Let's see. I gotta go to the daily. Okay, come on. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Should have removed some of this stuff before. Okay. Where is it? Bar pattern. Okay. I'm about to show you what I think is the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my entire life on the crypto market. And it's all Dogecoin. Okay. Get it set up first. So right there, that is from, what's that, 9 years ago. Okay, so that's a really long time. Now I'm going to show you how this is the same thing as this. And you're going to say, that doesn't look like it, that's not the same thing. And I'm going to tell you, it's exactly the same thing, and you're going to be blown away. First off, we've got this right here, that right there. Those are, come on, that is a parallel channel using this, and using this. That's the same thing as this, this, and this, which is the same as this, and this, and this. So it's just a parallel channel. Now, let's look at something. Okay, you're going to be asking yourself, that doesn't look like the same thing. Well, let's just put it there. So you see I've got the wick right here at the bottom of the channel, and I'm just going to make it a lot more narrow and try to match it inside of that thing, the parallel channel. There we go, that's about right. So look what we've got. Right there's the bottom, right there's the top, it comes down, it comes up. Once it leaves, this is the important thing I want to show you. Gotta get it as good as I can. Okay, so price makes this little thing right there. The fractal does the same thing. And then both price and the fractal, they make a top right there. Right there. So this fractal predicted the top of the 2021 bull run, like almost to the day. Why is that important, you ask? That's never going to happen again, you say. Well, funny you say that. Let's look at this now. So this is from the last bull run. And here we have the current price action. Let's get you there and stretch you appropriately. Anywhere around there is kind of fine. It's not going to match up perfectly, but I do think that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to see some substantial price action in the bullish direction. And I'm thinking the top of the market, it might be in the first week of May. It's way too soon to tell, but that's what I'm hoping right now. One last thing I want to show you. This is my favorite thing that I've found very, very recently. Let's see if I can get rid of all this junk. Okay, that'll be fine. You can deal with what's on the screen. Okay, don't need the RSI at all for this. What I do need is the logarithmic MACD. So normally the MACD has a histogram, which is there. You know, you see the little candles, like in the bullish direction, it's one color, bearish direction, it's the other. You don't even need the histogram. All we need is the line from the logarithmic MACD. This just blows my mind that this works out like this. But look right here. Right here, this yellow line, this dotted line, I think is the same as this yellow dotted line. Because if you look down here, this little line right there that I just made more bright, the yellow line, okay? Right here, that was a bottom of the line. If you look right here, that was the same bottom. It goes up to the top right here where this white dashed line is, and that's where it was resistance 4 years ago. It came down to where the blue dashed line is, and over here it is currently at the blue dashed line. So the logarithmic, I don't know which one to call that, but why don't you delete the line though on the logarithmic MACD with the histogram removed? It's doing the exact same thing, and it's really just screaming that something like this is happening right about there. With it's obviously going way slower than last year's bull run, or 4 years ago's bull run, but that's kind of about what it's saying to me, is that the next, I would say, 3 to 4 to 5 weeks, we're about to have some really nice bullishness. So that's about all I have for you today. Bullishness, I do think, is going to continue. Dogecoin, I wouldn't be surprised to see it to go up to probably 117. It might go higher, but that's as high as I'm kind of confident in saying it'll go. Bullishness is about to be happening again, guys.